The entire WNBA is in a frenzy as Caitlin Clark released her most outrageous video to date. We previously knew she was a bucket and had range, but this new Clark is even more amazing. What has changed? How did Caitlin Clark go from being a sharpshooter to a dominant force? She's not just pulling up from 30 feet. She's powering through defenders, making contact, and outright intimidating opponents on both ends of the floor. Before we get into the good stuff, take a moment to like this video. Let's break it all down. Stay tuned in. This is something you must see. You can stay up to date on the most recent WNBA news, expert analysis, and summaries of key movements by subscribing to the channel and joining our crew. Just like this, don't miss anything. We've covered every possible angle, so click like. Let's dive right in when you subscribe. Let's now discuss how Caitlin Clark has stepped up her game in every way, not only in terms of skill. Although Caitlin Clark has always had exceptional talent, she is now excelling at a level no one could have predicted. Because Clark is not only improving her skills, but also becoming a dominant force who is changing the rules as she goes, the WNBA is officially on high alert. Recent video shows a more powerful and hostile. If you previously believed Caitlin Clark was an issue, think again. She is faster, harder, and more explosive than ever before. She is also developing into a complete player, so it's not just about her shooting anymore. We're talking about a complete metamorphosis from a deadly sniper to an unstoppable force on both ends of the floor. Gone are the days when we only thought of Clark as a shooter. Now, she's controlling the pace, overwhelming defenders, and making every matchup a nightmare for anyone in her path. Let's be honest, nobody saw this coming. We all knew she was unique, but this is next-level dominance. The league is shocked by Caitlin Clark 2.0's rapid rise. No one anticipated it, and rival coaches are frantically coming up with fresh game plans. Defenders understand that they can no longer merely rely on pushing her around because she is changing, evolving, and shattering the stereotype that we have only seen from the greatest of all time. What is driving this enormous evolution? Let's examine how Caitlin Clark went from having an exceptional score to becoming a total wrecking ball to determine the difference. Let's take a moment to go back in time and see what exactly made Caitlin Clark go from being a top athlete to a total force of nature. The WNBA isn't just another step up from college. It's a whole new battleground. Defenders are stronger, faster, and more experienced. They know how to disrupt a player's rhythm. They know how to get physical without drawing fouls, and they know how to make life difficult for even the most talented rookies. Caitlin Clark was already an elite scorer who could drain deep threes with ease, run the offense like a seasoned vet, and drop dimes that left defenders perplexed. When defenders began bodying Clark, forcing her off her spots and turning every possession into a battle, some early critics questioned whether Clark could handle the physicality of the league. Would she be just another college star who found it difficult to adjust? Would she still be able to perform at her best when her go-to tricks weren't enough against seasoned pros? When Clark heard the commotion, she responded as best she could. Rather than simply acknowledging the problem, she took it on head-on with the same tenacity that had made her a top contender. She took a step back, examined her own play, and determined the areas that needed improvement. Instead of merely depending on her innate shooting ability, she worked to develop into a fully fledged, well-rounded player by dedicating herself to a demanding off-season training regimen that extended beyond basketball skills and strengthened her body to endure the physical demands of the WNBA. Strength training was only one piece of the puzzle. What else did Clark do to take her game to the next level? Since you've read this far, you must be enjoying the video, so why not take a moment to click the follow button? Focusing on building muscle, increasing endurance, and developing the toughness needed to fight through contact was not just a tweak to her game. This was a full-blown transformation. She wasn't just lifting a few weights or doing a couple of extra workouts. She was redefining her entire strategy to ensure she could dominate in every aspect of the game, regardless of how tough the competition got. It's completely free, very easy to use, and helps us continue to provide you with more amazing content, especially if you're a WNBA fan. Whether it's player spotlights, game highlights, or behind-the-scenes footage, we've got you covered. Additionally, by following, you'll never miss a beat regarding your favorite teams and players. All right, let's jump back in and start the real game changer, her crazy strength training program that made her a true powerhouse. This offseason wasn't just about honing her handles or improving her shot, though she did that too. Rather, it was about developing a body that could handle the league's toughest defenders. The WNBA is a different level of competition where toughness, endurance, and strength are just as important as talent. If you can't handle the physicality, you won't survive, let alone dominate. Clark knew this, so she completely changed her training schedule. She didn't just do the typical drills. Instead, she went all in, treating her body like a machine that needed to be rebuilt for war. Her workouts weren't lighthearted. They were demanding, intense, and designed to push her beyond her limits. Core stability, because having a strong core isn't just about looking good. It's also about keeping your balance when opponents try to push you off course. Lower body strength, because explosive drives, deep threes, and fast first steps all require an exceptionally strong foundation. And Clark's legs got stronger, so she could power through defenders and elevate higher on her jump shots. Upper body muscle, because WNBA defenders don't just let you waltz into the lane. They bump, shove, and make you earn every basket. So Clark developed her upper body to withstand contact, absorb it, and still finish strong. At the best players don't just dominate for a quarter, they maintain their performance for the duration of a game. Clark worked on her stamina to ensure she could keep up the pace late in the fourth quarter when everyone else was gasping for air explosiveness. Clark knew she needed to get faster, so she concentrated on drills that improved her first step, her lateral quickness, and her acceleration, making her harder to defend. Finally, she focused on flexibility and injury prevention, because maintaining good health is just as important as improving strength. Using dynamic stretching and recovery methods, she can maintain her body's durability over a demanding season that includes weightlifting, strength training, and explosive exercises. Clark's body has completely changed. Instead of teams forcing her into awkward situations, she now dictates the game, controls the tempo, and forces opponents to either press up and watch her explode past them or drain a deep three. In any case, they are at a loss for options. And this is only the beginning with her newfound strength and skill. We always knew Caitlin Clark was unique, but this is something else. What comes next for her? She is now a complete all-around force that is stronger, faster, and more explosive than ever before. The days of opponents pushing her around are over. Now, she sets the tone, makes contact, and makes opponents second-guess every move before. Teams try to pressure her, force her into difficult shots, and wear her down physically. If she's making this kind of leap, just think of where she'll be in a year, when opponents are frantically trying to come up with answers, but let's be honest, there might not be any. She's adapting, evolving, and rewriting the rules as she goes. Her transformation isn't just about skill anymore. It's about mentality, resilience, and demonstrating that she belongs not just as a great player, but also a dominant force. Her efforts are having an impact that no one could have predicted, and she is unquestionably influencing the league's future. Wow, what a metamorphosis. Caitlin Clark is not only playing in the WNBA, but she is also altering it, and this is only the beginning. The entire league is taking notice of Caitlin Clark's demonstration that she is now a complete all-around player. This is just the beginning, and if she is already leveling up like this, just think of what will happen next. However, if you have watched this far, you must have enjoyed the video, so please give me a quick like and subscribe so you don't miss a second of the action. There will be a ton of more WNBA content soon, ranging from in-depth player breakdowns to moments that could change the course of a game. Leave a comment below with your thoughts on Caitlin Clark's development. Do you think she is headed toward being the league's most dominant player? Let's discuss it all. That concludes this video. Thank you for viewing, and I'll see you in the next one.